Because without him, you can imagine what the world would look like. Guess what? We got the second George Washington. Congratulations!
George Washington was the father of our country. Donald Trump is the father of Eric. Big difference there.
Jimmy Kimmel's a loser.
When you provoke a legend, be prepared for the fallout. Jimmy Kimmel learned this lesson the hard way after mocking Sylvester Stallone. What began as a lighthearted late-night joke quickly escalated into a PR nightmare for Kimmel. However, Stallone didn't just respond. He came back with a forceful retort that left fans rallying behind him and industry leaders uneasy. The drama started when Kimmel, known for his biting humor, reportedly blocked Stallone from appearing on his show. The reason? Stallone had the audacity to challenge Hollywood's prevailing narrative.
When I did Rocky, if you remember, the first image was a picture of Jesus, and it says Resurrection AC Club. I found a church that had been converted to a boxing ring. So the image pans down from Jesus onto Rocky being hit. And at that moment, he was a chosen person, and that's how I began the journey. Something was going to happen. This man was going to go through a metamorphosis and change lives, just like President Trump. And I'll just say this, and I mean it. When George Washington defended his country, he had no idea that he was going to change the world. Because without him, you can imagine what the world would look like. Guess what? We got the second George Washington. Congratulations!
Kimmel thought blocking Stallone would go unnoticed. He quickly realized how wrong he was. A leaked memo from the show's production team revealed the snub, sparking widespread outrage and speculation across the internet. Fans were quick to demand explanations, and social media erupted into a frenzy. Hashtags like #TeamStallone and #CancelKimmel trended, putting the late-night host under intense public scrutiny. But what exactly did Stallone say to provoke such a reaction? The legendary actor had recently spoken out against Hollywood's increasing focus on political correctness, warning that it was stifling creativity and authentic storytelling. He argued that the obsession with trends was suppressing genuine artistic expression, an opinion that resonated with many fans but rattled industry insiders.
I guess those punches Rocky took to the head were real after all. George Washington was the father of our country. Donald Trump is the father of Eric. Big difference there. After Stallone, it was Golf Clubber Lang's turn at the podium. You know, I keep wondering when this bromance between Trump and Elon Musk is going to blow up like a SpaceX rocket. But for now, at least, it appears to be going strong.
Fearing potential backlash from his own audience, Kimmel made the decision to exclude Stallone from his show, deeming him too controversial. The move backfired spectacularly. Stallone's fans quickly rallied behind him, blasting Kimmel for attempting to silence voices that dared to defy the mainstream narrative. Kimmel's already struggling show saw a sharp decline in ratings, further fueling the backlash. Then came Stallone's response, calm, calculated, and impactful. Instead of lashing out on social media, he took to platforms where he could express himself freely. His appearances on podcasts like Joe Rogan's and Greg Gutfeld's gave him the perfect stage to share his views, and his supporters respected him even more for it. Meanwhile, Kimmel and his team scrambled to manage the fallout. Reports surfaced that producers urgently tried to woo Stallone back, offering him extra airtime and even full creative control over the interview, an unprecedented offer born of desperation. But Stallone wasn't swayed. He saw through the empty gestures and refused to be used as a pawn to rescue Kimmel's declining ratings. His principled stand only strengthened his legendary status in Hollywood. The fallout was...
Jimmy Kimmel's a loser. I do Jimmy Kimmel. I did him a lot.
Yeah.
And he'd be standing on the sidewalk. Oh, sir, may I bring you in? He'd bring me in every time. The whole show is talking bad about Trump.
He called us doofuses when we had you on.
He's a group of doofuses in flat-brimmed hats.
Guess what? We
ask him how many...
what he did.
Ask him. Yeah, you do bigger. Yeah, you do. His show's done.
Not just a personal blow to Kimmel. It sent shockwaves throughout the industry. Producers began reconsidering their approach to the backlash exposed a growing divide between traditional media and newer platforms that prioritize authenticity. While Stallone thrived in this evolving landscape, Kimmel's struggles deepened. Internal reports revealed Disney executives were increasingly frustrated by the damage the controversy was inflicting on ABC's reputation. Advertisers began pulling their support, putting Kimmel's job on the line. But the most shocking revelation came when it was reported that Kimmel's team offered Stallone complete creative control for the interview, an unprecedented move in late-night television. To critics, it seemed a desperate bid for higher ratings. To fans, it felt like poetic justice. Yet, Stallone remained unfazed. He continued to land new projects and expand his fanbase, while Kimmel scrambled to maintain relevance. AS social media buzzed in Stallone's favor, hailing him as a voice of independent thought in Hollywood. The fallout from this feud rippled through the entertainment industry. Executives realized audiences were gravitating toward unfiltered, unscripted content, leaving traditional late-night TV struggling to keep up. Podcasts and independent media platforms gained momentum, leaving late-night shows clinging to outdated formulas. Meanwhile, Kimmel faced mounting pressure from both fans and network executives. Could he repair the damage, or had he alienated too many viewers by taking on someone as beloved as Stallone? The stakes were high. This feud could either bolster Kimmel's career or signal the end of his reign in late-night TV. AS Kimmel's ratings plummeted. Stallone's popularity soared. His reality series, *The Family Stallone, became an unexpected hit, resonating with viewers for its raw and relatable content. Kimmel's decision to blacklist Stallone now looked less like a bold move and more like career suicide for a host already facing declining numbers. The growing backlash fueled further speculation about Kimmel's future. Critics began whispering that his days as a late-night staple might be numbered, especially as calls for more diverse, balanced voices grew louder. The controversy surrounding Stallone's rejection had morphed from a personal misstep to a full-scale professional disaster. ABC executives, already concerned with waning viewership, were reportedly nearing their breaking point. Some even speculated that this controversy might be the final straw in their investment in Kimmel. Since Jimmy Kimmel Live debuted in 2003, the show had built a reputation for sharp humor and bold takes. But over time, its reliance on political humor began alienating a significant portion of its audience, leaving ABC to shoulder the consequences. As part of Disney's vast empire, ABC had supported Kimmel for his appeal to younger, progressive viewers. But with the late-night TV landscape now brimming with alternatives, that strategy appeared to be losing its effectiveness. Rival shows were gaining ground, and ABC was under increasing pressure to justify its investment. Kimmel's ability to anchor this strategy was now in serious question. The Stallone controversy wasn't Kimmel's first misstep. Over the years, several celebrities had quietly turned down invitations to appear on his show, citing restrictive terms and controlling producers. One such incident involved Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. When invited, the appearance reportedly came with a list of off-limits topics, including Johnson's rumored political ambitions. Known for his unfiltered persona, Johnson rejected the restrictions and opted for platforms that embraced candid conversations. Taylor Swift had a similar experience, concerned that Kimmel's tendency to twist narratives for comedic effect would damage her carefully curated image. She declined the invitation, joining a growing list of stars avoiding Kimmel's show. Even icons like Barbra Streisand had clashes with Kimmel. After requesting simple camera angle adjustments for her appearance, Streisand was reportedly dismissed by Kimmel's team, leading her to cancel the interview entirely. Fans were outraged, with many asking, who denies Barbra Streisand anything? Sean Penn's situation added more fuel to the fire. When invited to promote a humanitarian project, Penn clashed with producers who pushed for trivial Hollywood gossip instead of serious topics. Frustrated, Penn stormed off just hours before airtime, leaving Kimmel scrambling to find a replacement. The dramatic exit made headlines, with many applauding Penn for sticking to his principles. While Kimmel's reputation took yet another hit, these recurring clashes revealed a larger issue. Kimmel was struggling to adapt to a changing media environment that valued authenticity. Scripted jokes and one-sided conversations were quickly becoming outdated, and Stallone's victory over Kimmel showcased this shift. Audiences were flocking to unfiltered, relatable voices. Podcasts and streaming platforms thrived on this trend, While traditional late-night TV struggled to keep pace, A.S. Kimmel's influence waned. Stallone's stature continued to rise. Fans celebrated his decision to bypass traditional outlets in favor of platforms that allowed for free expression. This shift posed uncomfortable questions for ABC and Disney. How could they salvage a sinking ship without alienating their audience further? Stallone's rejection of Kimmel had grown into more than a celebrity feud. It had become a cultural turning point, challenging Hollywood's rigid narratives and signaling a move toward authenticity. While Kimmel faced mounting pressure to reinvent himself, Stallone thrived by staying true to his values. Whether this controversy marks the end of Kimmel's reign on late-night TV remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: Hollywood won't forget the day Stallone flipped the script.